Greetings and welcome. Welcome to One Love Center of Spiritual Living. I am Rodney Gittens, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to another day in the life of the divine as you. We're going to start as usual with our new opening song, One Love. Yes, indeed. So sit back and relax and join us. All right.
There's a place where love grows, where the spirit in you knows that you're welcome as you are, shining bright like every star. Come and learn, come and play in the sacred light of day. We're unfolding, growing free in the One Love family. One love, one life, one spirit divine, one heart, one life. Your journey and mine, where compassion flows and grace abounds. One love, where love grows, love is found. One love, where love grows all around. Through our prayer and meditation, joyous sacred celebration, we give thanks for all we are. Every soul has come so far. Love in action, service true, the divine spirit that is you. We're awakening, can't you see? Living love and living free. One love, one life, one spirit divine, one heart, one life. Your journey and mine, where compassion flows and grace abounds. One love, where love grows, love is found. One love, where love grows all around. Welcome to this sacred space where we honor every face. The splendor of the God in you, shining through in all you do. Learning, growing hand in hand. Together we will understand. Prosperous, giving, heart set free. One love is our destiny. One love, one life, one spirit divine, one heart, one life. Your journey and mine, where compassion flows and grace abounds. One love, where love grows, love is found. One love, where love grows all around. One love, where love grows all around. One love, where love grows all around. Welcome home to One Love. Yeah. Welcome home to One Love. Where love grows. Where love grows. Where love grows.
Awesome. I love that song. Yes, indeed. It's our song. One Love song. So glad that, again, that you are here with us today. And it's my good pleasure to welcome each and every one of you. I hope you can hear me well. You can text in, hey, yes, I hear you fine, in the comments. Or however, or if I get a thumbs up or something, let me know that I can be heard. Okay. So we just pray that if there is any technical difficulty, it works itself out right now. However, I would like to welcome each and every one of you formally. And I think that's my job now. And yes, we are on a mission to provide a stable and welcoming community for all who choose to learn, practice, grow, and play in the unfolding and the understanding of the spiritual principles and spiritual living. This is how we live. We envision a world, a sacred environment where spiritual living flourishes through the continual growth and development of learning and the application of the spiritual principles. And One Love Center, we practice compassion in service, love in action, and joyous, prosperous living in the community. Our community has been lovingly created as a place of fellowship, meditation, prayer, sacred and healing services, musical celebration, classes, workshops, and spiritual film. We welcome each and every one, whether you're new, whether you're watching us live or recorded, whether you've been with us for years from our inception. Our anniversary is coming up in about a week. So we welcome you. We welcome you, knowing that we recognize the glorious spirit that you are, the divine spirit that is you. Please know that we support you in being the best you choose to be in this glorious life, and we thank you for celebrating the spirit with us today. Welcome to a place where love grows. Welcome to One Love Center for Spiritual Living. Yes. All right. So it is time now for our opening prayer, and we welcome Leda Pérez to oh, no, it's me. Okay, I'm doing the prayer. All right. So I have no problem that I love to do to treat our minds about the truth. So please join me as we go within, even higher, deeper, with the source that is always within. So I am knowing that right here, right now. And I invite you, if you like, to close your eyes or to just cancel out anything that seemed to be an obstruction or distraction. And if not able to do that, just know that as each and every one of us goes within, that there is nothing that can be distracted from the communion with the one, as the one. And so right now, I know that there is only one power, one life, one presence, and that is presence of the divine in the here and right now. I am knowing that this is the truth, that right where I am, God is, right where each and every one that is in the sound of my voice, that is my chain, and where they're not, whether there is no understanding that one love set even exists, or that I exist, or that anybody watching this exists. I know there's still only one. And with this oneness is a deeper understanding that each one gets to know that they know without even knowing that life is good. And that there's a divine message being delivered today through One Love Center and spiritual centers everywhere. That there is a divine message in shedding our skin, in knowing that there is a sublime way of being, and very much like a snake slithering and sliding and just moving in a way it does. We move in a way we do to our greater good. And so I am blessing all of the activity of today's celebration, conversation, knowing that yes, right and perfect music is selected, right and perfect conversation is happening, that all those in attendance who feel free to can comment and add their voice to the joy that is happening. And I know that it's all good. Their lives are transformed by this happening, whether they know it or not. Yes, it is happening. One at a time, 10 at a time, multitudes at a time. It is the right time for love to happen. It is all the time. And it is indeed one love. So I bless each and every one, knowing that not only are they blessed by being here, that they are blessed by sharing the wonderful messages being shared here by Leda Pérez, a practitioner, myself, and again, all those in attendance, all those sharing, whether this is live or sharing in the recording. I know that there is indeed good that is happening. So I release this word in the universe Chris, with love and peace and joy and compassion and all of the spiritual gifts, and simply say that I know the Lord is already making it so. And so it is, and now it is. Thank you. Thank you, and bless you all. So, at this time, well, what you did experience was prayer, spiritual mind treatment, experiencing what it is to use positive, affirmative tone, positive, affirmative mindset to using our words. And so, if you do require prayer support, you can email us at onelove@onelovecenter.org and leave, or you can leave a voice message at 646-685-3344. You can also use the Word Ministry of Prayer, Centers for Spiritual Living. The number one, prayer at CSL.org. Or call them at 424-235. And I'm just end of that. You'll see it as it comes around again. All prayer treatment are kept in strictest of confidence. Okay, this is our job. This is our duty. This is why we are here. And use us. Most certainly do that. Okay, so for Centers for Spiritual Living, our parent, so-called parent organization, again, that phone number is 424-235-4326. And if you need more in-depth time, more than just us doing a simple prayer treatment for you, you can contact us for additional time. It is at a fee basis, however, no one is turned away. So use us, call us. We'll pray for 7 days. If your prayer is answered before that, let us know. Send us a message, email, or text message, or voice message. Let us know if the prayer has been answered. If not, let us know. We'll continue to pray. All right. So let's get into it. I'm inviting Leda Pérez to join us into the conversation. And here she is.
Hello. How are you? I'm sorry to say that for me, on my end, I hear sporadic. Do you hear me normally, or is it? Okay,
Yes,
good.
normally.
Your connection is a little bit off and sporadic, so I don't know if you want to try coming back in or. Thank you so much for inviting me here today. I really enjoy being a part of the service.
Okay, I will most certainly be right back. I hope you can hear me okay.
All right. Thank you so much. And so our conversation today, while Reverend Rodney, just his tech, his connection, we are about Slither and Slime to Sublime this week. And we're excited to have that conversation with you. So please, while we're here, make sure that you join with us and share with us any comments that you would have. We'd love for you to be part of the conversation, as always. So, and what he just said, I'd like to go back to that if possible, the prayer support. And One Love Center for Spiritual Living, we have prayer professionals here willing and able to remind you that spirit is full of power, charged and already within you for your immediate use. So if you are requesting any prayers, we'd like to say that you can be sent to oneLove@onelovecenter.org, or you can leave a voicemail message at 646-685-3344. And you can also reach out to the Center for Spiritual Living World Ministry Prayer. You can email them at oneprayer@csl.org, or you can call at 424-235-4326. And remember that all prayers are kept in the strictest of confidence. And we do pray for you for 7 days. Let us know how you are doing. We really appreciate that opportunity to connect with you. So thank you so much. And Reverend Rodney, let's see how it's all coming together now.
Well, hopefully.
Yes.
Well, I'm not going to pray over again because it's already out there. It's already good.
Yes, it
So,
already is good.
yeah. So let's get busy here. We're going to slither and slime our way into being sublime. All right. So,
Yes.
this whole month we're talking about shedding our skin, and it's appropriate that it's happening at like the last month of the calendar year, and it's about prepare for change, preparing for growth, because the snake is already growing underneath its skin, but it's got to release that old skin so that it can continue to grow and be more of what it is to be. And we're very much the same. I'm not calling anybody a snake. I'm just saying that we also get to grow into who we are, now to be in every moment. And much of what we have to do is let go of the old. And I don't know if you've ever seen a snake shed its skin. There's a lot of preparation that goes into it. And sometimes, well, all the time, in their process, they become vulnerable at the point of getting that old skin off. And sometimes we're a little vulnerable as well. We're sensitive. We're not paying attention to everything going around, outside of us, or sometimes even inside of us. But like snakes, they have a covering that covers their eyes and covers their body. It's like bluing, it's called. It's blue cover. And at that time, they are very susceptible to things that could happen. And at this time of year, well, at any time for us, however, we can be vulnerable when we're going through change. And I just wanted to bring that up, and where having a spiritual practice is essential, that we get to look at ourselves from within, from the inside out, that we get to put into practice rituals that allow us to be stronger than we would be without doing those rituals. And society, communities, we have all kind of rituals and around holidays. So a lot of holidays this month, even more than we're about to mention, because there are, I was going to bring that up, there's like a lot of them. There's, we have Bodhi Day, that's December 8th. Which is a Buddhist holiday. There's Hanukkah, which is December 14th to the 22nd. That's the Jewish holiday. Then today, winter solstice. Happy winter. Oh, well, here we go. And then, of course, there's the Christmas holiday, Christian holiday, December 25th. There is the Kwanzaa, which is primarily celebrated in the United States. People of African descent, that's December 26th to January 1st. And then there's New Year's Day, which is around the globe. Pretty much everybody celebrates that now. And yeah, I'm sure there are other holidays as well. However, these all, and I would say the root, the spiritual nature of these holy days, these holy days are to strengthen us at this time when, we don't just allow things to happen, because things are going to happen. However, how do we live peacefully, joyfully, as our own skin, in our own skin? How do we survive the winter months? Let's get the right attitude, the right mindset, the right way of being when we go through these times. So again, we have Leda Pérez with us, and we're going to jump right into our topic. Okay. And again, as we are I'll read this. It says physical self-awareness is the first step in releasing the oppression of the past by Bessel van der Kolk, trauma researcher. And so physical self-awareness is so key. I would say he says first, or I think it's a he, in releasing oppression from the past, because we are creatures who feel. We are emotional, and sometimes we're not in touch with what the emotion is, but we feel it. Okay, we go through it. I've know it's happened to me. I don't know about anybody else, but I have found myself just tears welling up and crying, and I don't know why. And some of it, I know there's times when trauma has come up, or maybe, a person has made their transition and I didn't feel anything right away, but then all of a sudden something will trigger it and I'll have a physical reaction, and there's not that connection of why is this happening? I don't have time. I'm just going through it. So the first step, I can see that as a physical awareness, like, okay, this is happening in my body. And the body is not in control. Okay. At all times, I know that I have control over my body, mind over body. However, to release the oppression, to release grief and sorrow and hurt and harm, or doubt and fear, I have to be aware of the physical connection. Okay, so because otherwise it would seem that the body is taking over, that the body has control, that my feelings are the master over my mind, and it's just not the truth. So anyway, did you want to mention anything about the quote before we reflect?
You mentioned that the body isn't in control, but the body does listen to your mind.
Yeah.
And the body will reflect, I feel, what the mind is bringing about. Okay, so what you think about, you bring about. Mm-hmm. And so I know that the body reacts to wherever you are emotionally, mentally. So the physical body may tell you sometimes that your mind is in a space that is reacting to that space that you're in. So I am of the mindset that, your physical awareness, be aware of what your thoughts are that is bringing you to that space of pain or discomfort or any of that that the body reacts to. And it's usually because of where you are, where the mindset is. So be aware of your thoughts and your emotions, because I think the body does listen.
And along with that, and thank you so much for that, it's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm just going to say it's not a bad thing. Some of it is a process that we get to go through because it's what we get to grow through.
Absolutely.
And it's not, whatever those sensations are, the feelings, even the thoughts, or maybe even physical pain, it's not permanent. These things come to pass. They will leave, just like shedding the skin. It's not going to stay there or halfway. Eventually, it's going to come off.
Yeah. Conversely, you can, be having great thoughts and really feeling good, and the mood is great, and the body again reciprocates that feeling, doesn't it? Yeah. So you're right. It's not all about the negative or the discomfort of things, but the joy that comes to you as well.
And conversely, I love how you say that. It's necessary. It's like there's a release and a relief, as you're alluding to. It's like that heavy burden. Once we release it, once we get maybe it's the smallest bit of understanding, and we can we can really take a breath. It's a cleansing breath.
Yes.
It's like it's a relief that wouldn't happen if we didn't have that awareness, if we didn't honor, what we're
Right.
actually experiencing. And there's a reflection here. It says, what belief or attitude are you ready to release? And this is for everybody at any time when you're watching this. Knowing that you're changing it could open the door to a different future than the one you've been expecting.
Mm-hmm.
So, anybody who's already on Facebook or YouTube, you can type in, and I'll say for myself, I had been ready to release, fear and doubt, low self-esteem, all of that, those self-depreciating attitudes and thoughts.
Right.
Because I tell you, as a child, I didn't have hope for the future. I was like, well, just let me get through one day at a time. I didn't even know that concept. I just was like, oh, I can't wait to go to bed. Maybe it'll be better when I wake up.
It'll be better.
But I didn't know that I could change my belief or my attitude. It took a long time for that concept to take hold. Not to like, oh, well, I guess it'll leave whenever. I now know that, I can have an active part in changing my belief and attitude, and therefore release thoughts and beliefs that I thought were going to be my eternal life. It's like,
right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All that I expected was worse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
I see that for myself as well. The doubt, the fear, the unknown, and that I'm definitely ready to release and let go of, because there's something greater. And it's that fear of the unknown that sometimes might keep you from taking that step forward.
Mm-hmm.
So, I know for me, that's definitely one of the things that I'm ready to release as well.
And one of the saving graces in this teaching, and I'm sure it's in other teachings as well, is that and Ernest Holmes, I know, the founder of religious science of mind and spirit, he said, to God, there is no big or small.
Right.
To that which created everything, it just is.
Mm-hmm.
And however, I remember my mom always saying, you're making a mountain out of a molehill. I'm like, I didn't get that concept. What?
Mm-hmm.
It took quite a while for me to understand that. And most of the time, things aren't the big, ugly monster that we imagine it to be.
Mm-hmm.
So that perspective, the belief, and the attitude, it can change, and that is in every aspect of our lives. So so thank you. What's next?
I'll read this one. I know the answer is here and now. It is within my own mind, because God is right where I am. And this is from Ernest Holm and Willis Kinnear, A New Design for Living. Mm-hmm. I know the answer is here and now. It is within my own mind, because God is right where I am. And where is God? Everywhere.
and especially right where I am.
Mm-hmm.
That's I am so grateful again for this teaching, and we look to there's only so much teaching we can do on a Sunday. So, please look for classes that are offered. You can go to our home office website, which is Centers for Spiritual CSL.org, Centers for Spiritual Living, and look for classes. We've been offering classes every now and then, and as do many of our centers. So if you need a class, contact us, and we'll either start one or direct you to where you can get one. And so it's very important to know, and if we can get that quote back, it's something I wanted to bring up really quickly, is that a saving grace for me was to know that God was not out there somewhere. That there was this, I make a prayer, and I just had to kind of wait and hope and beg maybe and beseech and
Right.
however, when this teaching tells me the answer is here and now within my own mind, oh my goodness, what does that mean? Well, means I need to listen and be still. Don't argue, fuss, or fight with whatever concept of God that I have or with myself. Be still and listen.
Mhm.
And that answer is right where I am right now.
Right here and now.
Yeah.
Just being open to that, sitting in that silence and accepting of it, knowing that it's already there, and
Yes.
getting yourself out of the way,
Yeah.
getting that humanistic part of you out of the way and just allowing spirit to be there with you.
And that is certainly part of our sliminess.
Mhm.
It's like thinking that, wait, I'm going to tell God how it should be done, and
Tell God your plan. You want to make him laugh.
right, that's right. Sliding our way, thinking that things are going to work out our way,
Mhm.
and how grateful I am that doesn't get to be the truth. It never was, actually.
Right.
But I'm no longer deluding myself to thinking that it is. Okay, what do we have next?
You want to go ahead and read that?
I sure will. If we hold grudges, if we don't practice forgiveness or work on releasing our unfinished business, our karma will play out in other ways or just leave us more stuck. If instead we cultivate being in the present, the awareness of this moment is stronger than the memories of the past and brings a spaciousness that can surround and dissolve old traumas. Ram Dass, in Being Ram Dass, page 331. And so, yeah, if we're wearing that same old snakeskin, if we're not looking for a way out of it, and the way out in by holding a grudge, that's like a sticky old snakeskin. If we don't practice forgiveness or work on releasing our unfinished business, karma, karma is, you get what you give, and maybe what you don't give. You don't get what you don't give, and and you get what you give. Yeah, we can be more stuck, and as I mentioned with the snake, that bluing, it helps the skin slide off. So we need help in making that change in our growth, to cultivate ourselves right where we are. That's the awareness that, what's sticking to me. And why aren't I feeling like there should be more positive things happening in my life, that I need to be growing? What's stopping me from growing? What's stopping me from breaking out into, I know there's got to be a better me inside of me. Yeah. Anything for you?
Yeah, I'm looking at the reflection here. And are there any unresolved emotions, grudges, or stories that feel unfinished for you right now? And I certainly have, and presently, something that's been heavy in my heart, and I'm, constantly going over it in my mind, how it could have played out differently, and forgiving the person for the for how they express themselves, because it's the only way they know how to express themselves. And also forgiving myself for the misunderstanding. So I'm in that space right now of that unresolved emotion, and I find myself reliving that. And the truth is, the more you relive it, the more you stay in it. And here I am stuck instead of being fluid, letting it flow. And understanding the greater part of what I need to learn there, and stepping forward and stepping out. So that to me, as you were reading that, and I was looking at the reflection, is wow, I'm experiencing this right here and now, and it's giving me pause to really think about, And I was in prayer this morning, just show me what I need to see, not only in that other person, but in myself as well.
Mm-hmm. And that's powerful because, again, it's the work that we get to do from the inside out. We can't expect anybody else to do it for us.
Mm-hmm.
The snake doesn't have somebody else come and take its skin off. It doesn't work that way. And so I'm grateful. I realized something yesterday, that I had the opportunity to deal with unresolved emotions and grudges and stories that I had with my dad.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so grateful, a lot because of this teaching, a lot because of my involvement in 12-step recovery and so many different self-help programs and practices that allowed me to, first and foremost, as you mentioned, deal with it myself.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And then be able to, in an honest, open, compassionate way, speak to my dad about it. And I realized that yesterday, and I mean, really, literally just yesterday.
Interesting.
And I'm like, wow, I don't feel any angst. I don't feel any hurt or anger or soreness or upsetness or anything like that about how I was growing up, how I was being reared, and things I didn't like and didn't appreciate and didn't know. And I'm like, wow, yeah, I'm okay with that, and that is a great relief. That forgiveness work works.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting to see how some of the past traumas and of your life tend to come back and repeat itself. I wonder if it isn't because I haven't really resolved that. I haven't really gone past that and allow the learning that I needed from that. So when I see something repeat itself, I ask myself that question: what have I not learned yet that I need to know?
Well, and the thing is, when we experience that, that's good because we are aware of it. We're not just acting out for reasons we don't understand and we don't know. And we don't have to. We may never get to know the exact nature of why that happened and why it's coming up.
Right.
However, we do get to deal with it. We do get to recover from it and with it. Mm-hmm. Not just for the past, for every now moment and what we might call the future.
Mm-hmm.
All of that we experienced was not for nothing. It was for something.
That's right.
And that something is our greater yet to be. So
it's so true.
Yeah. So first and foremost, that we can get into a whole thing about forgiveness, which I love. The main thing is what you mentioned is looking within.
Yes.
Is like, okay, I'm not going to blame anybody else for this or whatever.
Right.
It's my skin. I got to peel it off.
I've got to shed it. That's right.
And be vulnerable just for a moment.
Right.
And be honest about it. And in the 12 steps, it's called how. How does it work? How do I get there? Well, you have to be honest, open-minded, and willing.
Right.
All three.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And a lot of people aren't so open-minded, especially when they're blaming, especially when they're feeling like you hurt me or this didn't work out for me and it's them, this and that, and not just looking at thee, looking within.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
That's the work, isn't it? Is when those experiences come up, to look within first.
Mm-hmm. Always.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do we have next?
We have, I love this quote, and I saw it and I said, I definitely want to read this quote.
Okay.
If someone makes you sad, when it ends, it must have been pretty wonderful when it was happening. It's a bit lazy to think of the world as sad because so much of it is, because everything ends, everything dies. But if you step back and look at the whole picture, if you're brave enough to allow yourself the gift of really wide perspective, if you do that, you'll see that the end is not sad. It's just the start of the next incredible, beautiful thing. And this is from the This Is Us. It's a television drama series. I'm sure many of you have been hooked to that one on season 6, episode 17, The Train. And the quote is by the character William Hill, played by Ron Cephas Jones. I love this quote because it really is telling us about around the corner of every discomfort in your life, around the corner of the pain that you feel, is that next beautiful, incredible thing. And if you're willing to step into it and go through it, certainly don't sit in it like we were talking about before, go through it and keep going, you'll see what that next beautiful thing is for you. How did you, would you like to comment on this?
Well, thank you. Yes. First and foremost, I am not a fan of winter.
Well, from where you're living, no, but from where I am,
right. So yeah, I'm in cold weather, and I do feel sadness when the days are short and cold. What makes me feel better is that winter serves a purpose. Things seem to die and go to sleep, like trees and plants, and
right.
They're literally asleep. That looks like everything is dead. The leaves fall off. Yeah, they're dead. Well, what we consider dead, but actually we know that there's still atoms and molecules, even in what doesn't have the same shape and form anymore, and it's going and providing nutrients for the ground. And so then when things unfreeze and thaw out, and then there's a rebirth happening, it's like all those nutrients are participating in new growth. The trees are shaking off the snow and the ice, and they're budding and bursting forth. And the same thing happens with us. When the things that have gone in my life, there was a time when I thought about them, and I always felt sad. When I had the end of relationships, when I had the end of actually things that were harmful in my life, except I was used to them. It's like, oh my God, what's going to happen to me? I got to see the gift. I got to feel the gift. I got to be the gift of something even better happening, from shedding off all that old stuff, that the dead skin. I mean, we have to release our dead skin. Biologically, yes, we must. When that skin is up, if we don't, it's gonna start smelling. We're gonna start itching. We're gonna get the message that something needs to happen before we can even move forward in and as ourselves and see ourselves as a beautiful thing. Mainly because of some of that past that had to come and then go. How about yourself? Anything else?
Oh no, that's I thank you so much for sharing that. It is so true about releasing and letting go of that past. Again, we talk about how we hold on to that, and the forgiveness isn't there, or the lesson hasn't been learned, and this is very telling about that. So thank you so much for sharing that part as well.
Thank you for choosing that. I appreciate it. And these are all life lessons, and we like to call them spiritual. Yeah, they're of the spirit. It makes sense in that respect. However, these are just life lessons. We have another quote. It says, as you learn to release all your burdens to the right action of God, you will find that everything falls into its proper place. That's by Ernest Holmes. Thoughts Are Things, page 89. And don't you just love that? Can you just, I'm talking about everybody, just like take a break and like, oh, I get to release all my burdens to the right action of God. Oh, and let it be, let it be that good. Fall into its proper. I love that because I of myself, I can't do that. I don't even know what the proper place for a lot of things are. For people, places, and things. That's why we have GOD, good orderly direction.
Yes.
Yeah, the right action.
Let's say that one again. What is GOD?
Good orderly direction.
Very nice. I love that. Good.
Yeah, I love acronyms. I didn't make it up. That's very popular in the 12-step communities.
Oh, okay. Okay. I love that one. Never heard it before. Good orderly direction. I love that.
And for those who are going through surgery, I've adapted it to mean God operates divinely. Yeah. Release any burdens of any operation to God operates divinely. Yeah. And everything falls into its proper place. So
I love these quotes that, when we have these quotes here and you see, thoughts of things, page 89, we invite you to take a moment to maybe look at some of the books that we have that we quote here. And I know that next year we're going to be sharing more about books and what's available out there in the New Thought realm, in the Centers for Spiritual Living. So take the time to look them up and see if it doesn't touch you even more and provide a little bit more opportunity to practice your faith.
Absolutely. Look it up online.
All right. So we have our next quote here. The aim of all spiritual paths, no matter their origin or the rigors of their practice, is to help us live more fully in the lives we are given. I want to repeat that, if you wouldn't mind. The aim of all spiritual paths, no matter their origin or the rigors of their practice, is to help us live more fully in the lives we are given. This is a gift that we are given. And this is by Mark Nepo, The Book of Awakening, page 119. Would you like to touch on that?
Well, sure. Thank you. This is a commonality of all of us humans, us beings being human. We all have a spiritual path. They look different, they sound differently, but it's, and as we mentioned earlier, this is all to help us grow, to shed the skin. It's all to help us move into the next moment, and to do so first and foremost with our own understanding. Yet we're not on this planet alone. We do this together as one, and to live more fully in these lives, it's like it is necessary for us to be aware of the spiritual nature of life. I'm referring again to the 12-step programs, and the 12-step programs are spiritual programs. However, I'd like to remind people that, yes, they are spiritual programs for spiritual people. Everyone is spiritual. Nobody you can't go get spiritual. There's no deficit in being spiritual. However, is in his book, the Book of Awakening, we need to awaken to our spiritual nature, to the lives that we are given. I can't say I know enough to say that I gave myself life. I wouldn't want to take it on myself. No, it is the one spirit that is everywhere. It's like just one blanket throughout all of existence. Call it spirit, and all of us are it. We are it. We are of it because we are it. And that's why it's so important to have that awareness and that awakening, to live our lives fully We're not just humans. We are human animals of the spirit. I think that the native people, pretty much wherever they are, indigenous peoples, really more in touch with nature and seeing the spirit in all beings. Yeah. Anything you'd like to share? Well, you're muted. Yeah.
Let's see. No, I think you said it all. I love that that quote by Mark Nepo, and I'll put it up again. That this is an aim for all of us. That this is what we all aspire to do, is to live more fully, and then, just as I mentioned before, to realize the gift that we are and have been given to live this life in now in this time in our lives right now, in this point in our lives, to live it fully, completely, and knowing that that is possible for everyone. So yeah, love this book. The book I have that book, as a matter of fact.
Oh, great. It's about honoring all spiritual paths.
All of them. Yes.
Just because it's a different language, some different dogma, different ways of practicing. It's all for one and one for all.
Yeah. Isn't it beautiful that we get to choose what fulfills us, what really fills our heart, and what really fills us spiritually, that we get to choose what that is. So I can respect every path and know how wonderful it is that this is really feeding your soul, your spirit. And that's, whatever that is, that walk for you, it's a beautiful thing. And I respect that.
Yes, indeed. So along with that, spiritual practice, all religions have them in one shape, way, form, or another. And there are affirmations, and you have them too in your life, whether you know it or not. However, one of the blessings of this teaching is to use mindfulness, to be mindful about how we speak and what we speak, not how we think and what we think, and that we're responsible. So one of our ways of being responsible is having affirmative conversations, affirmative affirmations. If you're going to be repeating anything over and over again, make it positive.
Right.
So we get to do that right now.
All right. Did you want to take the first one?
Sure. I invite each one to take a breath. Now, you can't take a breath without giving one. So take a breath and exhale and repeat. It is so that I walk with confidence and step into my best self. Let's do that again. Take a breath. It is so that I walk with confidence and step into my best self.
Let's take another deep breath in and release. It is so that even in the moments of darkness, divine light fills my way and gently guides me into newness. Let's take another deep breath. It is so that even in the moments of darkness, divine light fills my way and gently guides me into newness.
Oops.
Sorry.
It is so. I invite each one to take a breath. Said, it is so that I move at my perfect pace, steady and sure, trusting my unique path to fulfillment and success. Let's take a breath and do that again. It is so that I trust, that I move at my perfect pace. Well, I'm going to start again. I'm going to take a breath.
Take a breath.
And give a breath. It is so that I move at my perfect pace, steady and sure, trusting my unique path to fulfillment and success.
Mhm.
It is so, and so it is, and now it is.
And now it is.
Right
Mhm.
on.
Mhm.
Yeah, so. And who's up next?
I believe it's grounding the message. So that would be me.
All right.
All right. So let's go ahead and whew, take a deep breath in. Let's all go within, shall we? And so I complete this time in conscious awareness of the one life, the one presence, the one power that is God, alive and active, that is expressing as me, through me, and all around me. I recognize that this presence is the source of all healing, all wisdom, and all right action. I know that my body, my mind, and my spirit are sacred instrument of awareness. I know this also for Reverend Rodney and for all who are sharing in this service today, sharing in this conversation today, and even after and watching it and sharing this service. I gently, compassionately release the grip of the past. I let go of the old stories, of the stored pain, the unfinished business, and any burden that no longer fulfills me or serves me in my becoming. I consciously release every concern, every fear, every attachment into the right action of God. I completely trust, as I do, that everything falls in its proper place, that it falls naturally and effortlessly and in its divine order. I no longer struggle to resist. I allow life to move forward. I affirm all this is true for myself. I know it's true for all who are hearing this. I know this is true for Reverend Rodney, that we're stepping out of that limitation into a higher excellence, that we're shedding the skin and gliding into the next greatest yet to be. What once felt heavy is now light. What once felt stuck is now fluid. And so I claim this truth here and now. I embody it. I live it. I know this. And it's with deep gratitude that I release this word into law, knowing it is done, knowing it is complete, knowing it is already unfolding perfectly, that we shed this skin and we prepare for the new, and that we know, I know, for you, for all, as we move forward to something greater. I know that this is so. It is so. And together we say, and so it is.
And so it is. And now it is.
And now it
Right
is.
now, even now.
Mhm.
Yes. Thank you so much for that powerful knowing the truth about each and every one of us. And that is what happens. One Love Center, we are prayer professionals, ready, willing, and able to remind you that spirit is the power, always the power, charged and already within you for your immediate use. Yes, that is the true nature of who we are. And we are trained to do just that, to pray. So use us, call on us, leave a message, send an email, and we will know the truth about whatever situation that you are going through right now. Just use us. You can also contact you can use us, go to our email, onelove at onelovecenter.org, or you can, and you can also find a way to make a prayer request on our website also. You can also leave a voice message at 646-685-3344. And you can also use the World Ministry of Prayer, and that is one prayer at CSL.org, or you can call them at 424-235-4326. So thank you very much. I appreciate you all in that. Also, we want to talking about gratitude and appreciation. We're grateful for those who give and support One Love Center for Spiritual Living. We are very grateful and thankful for your donations to One Love. Many of you use PayPal at onelovecenter.org. You can go to our website and click on the PayPal button. Or if you go to PayPal, just do onelovecenter.org. Also, there's the Cash Me app that you can use. That's $OneLoveCSL. Okay. And also, if you want to mail us a check, money order, you can do so at our post office. You can find that information in our website. So we have affirmation of abundance that we use and hope that you use. And however you're being spiritually fed, please consider giving in that way. So affirmation of abundance, just feel that energy just in the idea and the thought of giving. If it's a good feeling, then by all means give from that place. If you're feeling like stuck and maybe you don't have it and you don't want to give, and nobody's making you give, so give when you feel ready. Give when you feel it's going to feel good. You're feeling the joy. You're feeling cheerful. So the affirmation of abundance, and listen, even if you're not ready to give now, you can still do the affirmation of abundance because there's more things to give besides money. I'm a good thought also, and it comes back blessed and multiplied. So here we go. Money, as one of many gifts of spirit, is good. As I share my offerings, I now know that I am actively creating a space to receive more gift, more money, and more good. And I am grateful for the ability to give and for the good work these gifts do in our center and in our world. And now it is. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. So we now have some announcements. And we got a bunch of great announcements. What's up first? Tech support. Who? Did you guess, folks? We could use some help. We're requesting a member or a friend or anyone who wants to begin participating with us for technical assistance in managing our broadcasts. You can contact us again, leave a message at 646-685-3344. Or you can leave an email at onelovecenter.org. And you can do these things to be of service. Bless you and thank you. You can also join Ellen Suazo, our practitioner, her upcoming destination retreat. You're invited to be part of this beautiful adventure in a semi-private island in Pizota, Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Return to radiant flow, a soulful getaway to release scarcity, connect with nature, and rise into the overflow. You can reconnect with your essence, rest deeply, and expand in community. Learn more and reserve your spot. And the website is here. It's going to be also in the comments in the chat. Okay. Next, Science of Mind magazine. Subscribe to our monthly Science of Mind magazine. However, if you contact us and the willingness to be a member of One Love, you can receive 6 months free. For further information, go to our website and seek to join our email list, and that's at onelovecenter.org. Also, People of African Descent New Thought Group, of which I'm one of the founders, is celebrating our Soul Conference coming up this summer, August 13th to the 16th, meaning you have plenty of time to plan ahead, and you can also register now. And the link for that is coming up. It is basically it's People of African Descent New Thought Group.org, PADNTG.org. And you can benefit from that. We have an early bird right now. So if you register now, you can save money and you can plan ahead. It's in Unity Village in Lee's Village, Lee's somewhere out there near Kansas City. Forgive me. So it's awesome. We have awesome presenters or awesome keynote speakers. We're going to have Brother Ishmael Tete. We're going to have Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith. It is Reverend Dr. Brother Ishmael Tete. And there's so many people in the New Thought community from around the country, around the world. So not to be missed. Also, Centers for Spiritual Living Convention is coming up April 7th to the 10th. It's going to be in Reno, Nevada. So, just flash that back on the screen again. Okay. And the website will also be in the email, in the comments. All right. So you definitely want to take advantage of that. That's where you get to meet more people in Centers for Spiritual Living, and you get to a greater idea of what happens globally. So it really is awesome, awesome time, awesome music. Everything is great. So, especially if you're there and bring your greatness. All right. Do we have any other announcements? I think that's it. All right. So, we're going to bring Leda Pérez back.
All right.
Right. However, I do have an announcement. Please share this video. Please share this recording. Share this or other recordings. Let people know what's going on, what you've been watching.
Mm-hmm.
I know you have an extensive list. Maybe it's on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube or wherever. Well, we're on YouTube. So was it Messenger? Any of the ways that you share anything else.
The social media ways that you can share, please do share.
Yeah. So do that. Let folks know about us, and I know that there'll be something that somebody has just been waiting to hear. Okay. Absolutely. So yes. Thank you. Any final comments?
Well, thank you so much. This past week I've been learning about shedding my skin, and I really enjoyed this month and learning more about it. And I hope that everyone here has also enjoyed. As Reverend Rodney said, please do share. Let them know about Centers for Spiritual Living. We are all over the world. It's not just here in Florida or in New York. We are everywhere, and we would love to have some feedback from you about the service or about any questions you might have, and certainly about the prayers that you might be in need of. So thank you so much for being here. It was a pleasure.
And One Love Center, again, is coming up on the end of another year. So our official anniversary date is December 29th, just to keep that in mind. And also, we have we're closing out the year with a wonderful guest. We have all wonderful guests. Reverend Dr. Peggy Hostetler, one of our instructors, mentors, Divine Light in the World, will be joining us. And we're ending the year. So here's an end. Yes, we could be sad. However, we know that it was something good, and that's why we might feel sad. However, there is joy and happiness in moving into the new year. And we have wonderful new activities with One Love Center that you're going to love to hear about. So, and we're going to start actually next week. Yeah, Leda doesn't even know about it yet. Yeah, got some wonderful surprises in store for you. Yes, indeed. So make sure you're with us. So we're going to have a closing prayer, benediction, and then a nice, wonderful song, and come back for a final remarks. So, just how wonderful and special it is to know that right where I am, the divine is, right where each one is God. Whatever name you choose. Doesn't matter. Allah, Buddha, Yahweh, oh great spirit, doesn't matter. There's only one. And that one knew enough to make it possible to grow out of our old skin, to grow and release and become new, become ready for all that life has in store. So as we go throughout this week, each of us gets to recognize that, yeah, I need to let go. I need to release. I need to forgive. I need to not invite any negative karma. Let go what I need to let go of in order to grow into the newness of the new me. I pass my word to Leda.
And this has just been so amazing. I am freely and fully myself, knowing that, forgiveness is not a loss, but that it's a liberation. I choose to live this moment, anchored in the now, aware of all the things that are already there for me. I'm so grateful for this time. Everything that needed to be said has been said. I'm grateful for the space, the presence, the softening of old wounds, the transformation. I'm grateful for all of it. And so I release and let that go. And I pass it back to Reverend Rodney.
And so in knowing that there is greater yet to be in every now moment, there is plenty of reasons to rejoice, plenty of reasons to celebrate the light within, celebrate the light within each and every one. Celebrate knowing that, as in Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, that recognizing the light in each day, in each opportunity to bless each one as holy, to know each one, including the self, as holy. We do the work required from the inside out for the greater good being revealed for everyone, regardless of religion, regardless of spiritual practice or no practice. We're all one. And that is the greatest awareness and the greatest practice. So I affirm these words that Leda and I have shared, and that each one from the one mind, because there is an understanding, because there's only one mind, that each one is sharing in the here and the now, and release this word knowing it is done according to the law, the divine law that says yes, and so shall it be. And I affirm it and give thanks, knowing it is so, and so it is, and now it is. Thank you, thank you. And we have a wonderful song, another wonderful reminder about the work that needs to be done. It don't have to be hard work either. And thank you so much. We'll be right back after the song.
All right. Everything is an inside job. Everything is an inside job. Change the way you're looking at a thing. The thing you're looking at is gonna change. Everything is an inside job. Everything is an inside job. You may have to dig deeper to mind what will release you. A feeling that you had that left you feeling sad. And there's nothing you can have outside yourself to fix it. And that's the reason why sometimes we have to cry to let it all go. Be still and know everything is an inside job. Everything is an inside job. Change the way you're looking at a thing. The thing you're looking at is gonna change. Everything is an inside job. Everything is an inside job. You may have to dig deeper to mind what will release you. This may be hard to take, but the things we tend to hate is not a God mistake. Placed here to be corrected. Every player has a role to make this world a whole, not for us to control. Be still and know everything is an inside job. Inside job. Change the way you're looking at a thing. The thing you're looking at is gonna change. Everything is an inside job. Well, you may have to dig deeper to mind what will release you. Everything is an inside job. Everything is an inside job. Change the way you're looking at a thing. The thing you're looking at is gonna change. Everything is an inside job. Well, oh yeah, you may have to dig deeper to mind what will release you.
Yes, everything is an inside job. Thank you. Thank you so much, Eddie Watkins Jr. And how important it is to know that I don't get to blame anybody else. I don't get to wait for somebody else to shed my skin for me. You know, when it's time for me to grow, yeah, it's time to grow now. All right. It's time for us to go now. Peace and blessings. Thank you so much. We'll see you again next week.